Hey guys, Thunder here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss my other videos. Today, we're back in The Sims, and we're building, so let's get to it. Okay, so we are building on the Crick Cabana lot in Willow Creek. It just ends up being a very simple house, hence the name. It's a simple greenhouse. There's not actually as much green as I thought there was when I named it, but it works. It'll be fine. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It has space for 3 Sims, but you could always turn the 1-bedroom into an office if your Sims just don't want kids. It will be available for download on my gallery. My ID is the Narrow Shadow, and it is 30,164 simoleons. So right now, I'm just trying to get the floor plan in place, and honestly, Honestly, this was supposed to be a base game starter house. Obviously, it is not base game only, and it is not just a starter house. You're fixing to see where it loses the starter house, or the base game at least. These shingles I was not thinking or looking, and also this siding. So I quickly figured that out once I got to the inside, and I was like, oh wait, I was going to do a base game. Yeah. But now just looking for a door, and I kind of felt like the best place for the front door was just going to be over here to this little side, and I just really did not like any of my options. So there was that, and I don't know, just none of my the doors I usually go for front doors were just too big, so I ended up going for that just simple one that's like half glass, half not. And then I went for these windows. These are from Seasons, and I really do like them. They're nice, they're big, they took up a lot of wall space, especially considering I was thinking that this was going to be a starter house. I was thinking, okay, well, I don't want to have to decorate that many walls. So, yeah. I may not have that sort of money left at the end, basically. But, obviously, it's not a starter house. It's close. Your Sims would not have to work for too much money to be able to afford this place. But, like I said, yeah. So we did put some bushes out front, and then I'm just going to grab a mailbox, just trying to, determine which one and all of that right now. Just went for the simple one, and then just trying to figure out, okay, where do I go from here? And the answer was I need flooring, I need wallpaper, I need lights inside. So I just went with this flooring that's from Eco Lifestyle. It's probably one of my favorite floorings in the game. I really just like the hexagon tiles situation. And then I was trying to figure out, okay, what am I doing with the kitchen? So I just made this whole front area. Basically, you walk in, you have a small entryway area that is still open to the kitchen. And then you walk straight into the kitchen. And then it's dining room, then it's living room, then dining room. So, yeah. Just putting up the tile and everything. I desperately needed lights at this point, so I kind of just went with base game lights. And honestly, they're kind of just the same in the entire house. It was they're not getting different lights here. The only room that has a different light is the bathroom. So, yeah. And then just trying to figure out about wallpaper. I did go with this one. I really do just like the wood. And I kind of put it in everywhere that the kitchen tiles did not need to be. So, yeah. And then just kind of looking to see what else. I put this blue wallpaper in the main bedroom, and then this wallpaper from the Enchanted by Nature pack in the kids' room. And then just going to grab a couple doors. I do change where those doors for the bedrooms are, just because I did not like them side by side. I did not like the look of that. So, yeah. And then, honestly, just trying to pick a room to start in. I started with, the entryway area. Just putting in the thermostat, the umbrella stand. I cannot remember for the life of me if I've put in the fire alarm. I did not put a burglar alarm, so you are going to have potential burglars here. Well, you still have a potential for burglars anywhere, even with a burglar alarm, but still. And then just this window. I don't know why they give us these windows if there's not really that many curtains that will fit on them. And I just could not find very good curtains to fit on them. So this window, I think, actually I ended up changing because it was just too much. It was just too much there. So I changed it to one of these like single windows. I was gonna do like a double window situation, but I did not like that, and I did not like it like in the middle of like the tile and the like wood part of the wall. So I just kind of scooted it over and put one single curtain, and then just kind of going for the refrigerator and everything. This kitchen is interesting. Yeah. I'm going for these countertops from the Home Chef Hustle pack. And where did I put the stove? Okay, so that must be where I put the stove. I was just like, I don't remember where I put the stove. I did put a fire alarm, okay. And a sink, and then just kind of put these are island counters, but I just kind of felt like it would be a better like built-in eat-in area moment, and just kind of put in some stools. And then I kind of wanted, well, first then curtains, but when I tell you the curtains in this kitchen, oof, these curtains, because like either they were going to clip or they were just not going to look very nice. And like over here, them clipping there was not so bad, but over here I don't really think you're going to have the curtains covering the stove like that. You're not, it's a fire hazard. So I just went with these simple ones. I believe those are from Growing Together, and just kind of looking to see what else it needed. I definitely wanted some clutter. I was not certain what kind of clutter. I did put out this like tea situation, and I will add a coffee pot because I believe you could do tea in the coffee pot. I did do like some bread. Maybe it's just fresh baked bread there. And then just kind of looking through and seeing, I put out a plant, and then yeah, the coffee pot. I'm pretty certain you could do tea in there. I'm not totally certain. And then just kind of looking through to see what I could put on this wall, because I felt like it needed something, but I didn't want just one large painting. I kind of wanted something more interesting than that. So I did end up going with the one collage that we got in a base game update for Pride that one time. This one, and I just kind of circled through, and I really love these colors, especially with the colors I had already like sort of picked. It just kind of worked. And then just moving on to the living room, we have the TV, the TV stand, the game console. Like I said, there is a kid here, so yeah. And then just kind of searching for a couch. Just trying to figure out which one I wanted. I think I went with this one. Yeah, this one, because of the colors of the pillows. It just worked so nicely. And then just trying to figure out a rug. I went with this one, just bringing a little bit more of that green. And then just going to put up some curtains on this window. I kind of went with just white. It was for the best. And then looking for a table. And I kind of jumped around just a little bit here, because I do come back and like put some plants and stuff in this room at the end, but right now I'm just kind of focusing on what I need. I did go with these chairs. They don't exactly match the table since it's white and they're dark wood, but I think it's fine. I really like the green, and then just putting on a white plant. It's an easy fix. If you don't like it, you could just change the color of the table, but I kind of really liked it, so yeah. And then just going with a shower tub combo, a toilet, some toilet paper, just a small pitcher on top of, like above the toilet. I just felt like it needed something there. I do lower the window to be sort of around the same height as the rest. Put on some curtains. For some reason that one would not go to the same height as the one by the door, but I don't know why. I'm just going to grab a sink. This one right here, I'm not certain which pack it's from. I think it might be from the Adventure Awaits pack. And then just kind of going to give it a bit more of a darker wood. I really did just want that darker wood. And then I go with the mirror from the Adventure Awaits pack. I just really like the mirror too. Putting out some toothbrushes, some soap, a hand towel. And then I'm going to put a couple of towels over here on this wall. And that's really just all the bathroom needed. So we are going to move on to the kids' room and start with the curtains. I did have a small struggle with these curtains as well. It just wasn't working. The curtains just were not, they were just not being nice. And yeah. And as you can see, the game's lighting failed me on the curtains, but we struggled through. Just going to use this bed that's from Eco Lifestyle. And I'm going to put a toy box, and then the Pixel Bear. this is from that one event that they had in game, so if you don't have it, I'm so sorry, but I really just thought it fit well. And I did slice down this dollhouse. As far as I know, you can still use it, like your Sims can still use it like that, but the animations are going to be off. However, I don't really see a need for that to be, I don't really see where that would be a problem. Like, they're just going to be playing with the dolls a little bit further from the dollhouse. I think it'll be fine. Putting in this small wardrobe and just kind of add, I wanted something up there, but I also did not want something that would be able to be taken down. So I did put in this stuffed animal, because unfortunately that stuffed animal from the storybook nursery kit is not playable. Like, your kids cannot actually play with it, which is a tragedy. But yeah, moving on to this main bedroom, I did put in just some white curtains. And then this bed, I don't know why, but this bed was just really calling to me for this room. Like I said, I have the blue wallpaper up, and then just kind of putting in some white nightstands, but this cream color just really worked. And then this lamp from the Businesses and Hobbies pack, I believe, it just worked really well. And then just gonna put in this dresser. It does not stay here because I was afraid that your sim could not get to that side of the bed, so I do put out some books and then a bit of clutter. I think I grabbed some necklace clutter that we got from one of the kits. I'm not really certain. It's been a couple days since I built this, between me building it and doing this voiceover, but yeah, I can't remember. I know it was this necklace stuff. I just don't know what kit that's from. And then, like I said, I was worried about the Sims being able to get to the side of the bed. So at first I was just going to scoot the dresser into the wall and be like, okay, is that good? But then it was like, that still just doesn't look right. So I just put it like that, and your Sims should both be able to get to either side of the bed. I did put in this rug from Ego Lifestyle. The colors just kind of matched the room. And then just kind of looking around, I knew I wanted a mirror. I just didn't know what mirror, or like if I wanted it hanging on the wall or just leaning against the wall. I ended up going with just, I think, a simple base game one. Yeah, just that simple one. Just something to be able to look at your outfit before you walk out the door, and then just looking through some stuff for some wall art. I did pick this one, but I put it on this wall right here. That's from, I think, the movie Hangout stuff pack. I don't know. And then this picture from Tiny Living, just above the dresser there. And then honestly, I was kind of just looking to see if anything else was needed, and it was like, okay, I've still got a couple of corners in this main space. Let me figure this out. So I did put a hanging plant back in that corner, and I put a plant right there. There is not a computer here, but there is plenty of space. Like, you could put one at one of the island counters. You could put one at the table, and it would be fine. Putting out just a couple of planters in the backyard. I think I put out a swing set. Yeah, I really do wish that we had like more like background stuff for the kid, like backyard stuff for the kids, because it just, yeah, we have a lot of different swing sets, but it would be nice. And then we have like the jungle gym that you have to piece together. It would be nice just to have like a full-on place, like a full-on play set for the kids. Yeah. And then just gonna put out a couple of trees. And I think the only other thing that I did, oh yeah, trash. I had forgotten to put trash in this house. I do go back in and put a trash can in the house, like just right here to the side of the kitchen, and then I put the other one like right here by the side. I just figured that would be the easiest place. And then a little bit of terrain paint. I do use some stone terrain paint, yeah, right here. And I was thinking about flaring it out, but then I just didn't like how that looked, so I kind of just kept it simple. Then just going to go on and layer in some more terrain paint. I'm not going to make you watch it all. And that is the simple greenhouse. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss my other videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone!